In order to prevent the failure to expand we encountered in our last video, we will be filling up these hollow point tips with these Permatex gasket makers. We will weigh each bullet before we fill the hollow points, and then we will weigh them afterwards to see how much the weight increased. So here are the final results. I have filled all the tips, and according to my numbers, I gain around 0.4 to 0.6 grains. So we're out at the range. We'll test out our FTX-like RMR nukes. Safety off. Didn't work, went through all of them. We're back out on a warmer day. I'll be shooting the red ATV silicone. We also have a brand new high-tech fleece bullet stop. Hopefully it'll work. Safety on. Bullet was caught. Zero expansion. We got our milk jug set back up. We have our black ATV silicone bullets. Maybe these will expand. Didn't seat the magazine. Yeah. Safety on. Penetrated all of them. Well, that's different. Let me show you. There is just the faintest. There's just the faintest of deformation, and the silicone is gone. There is denim in the first couple, and in the third, you can see the silicone. Because we couldn't expand at the lower velocities, I changed the charge to 6.7 grains of power pistol. We're going to be testing the velocity and accuracy, and later on the milk jugs. Safety off. Oh, I probably should read these off. 1288. $13.12. $13.06. $13.09. $12.93. $12.99. 1322. $12.81. I was more focused on not shooting my chronograph, so I'm just gonna reshoot this offhand. Well, kind of offhand. That one was me. That's the low one. I'm gonna call it there. Here's my group. I called that one is me, that's my flyer. This I thought was a pretty decent shooting. So the polymer tipped, the silicone tipped bullets do tend to have a lot worse group. This is the same kind of group I had with my Pistolero, which I thought it was just me shooting bad, but I guess not. Here's my group with 115 grain Blazer brass. Not a bad group. Couple flyers, that's just me. I shot this off camera. To compare the accuracy of the silicone tipped high powered nukes, let's shoot some standard ones. Here is the unsilicone tipped standard powered nukes. I'm getting roughly the same group as I was getting with the silicone tipped. So I don't think the silicone affected it very much. Maybe the velocity raised the group slightly, but that's about it. So I bumped up the speed of the bullet. I'm now going to test it against the milk jugs again. Safety on. Take a little gander. Ho ho! I think we got a winner. Oh, yes, that works perfectly. So, destroyed the first milk jug, cracked the second, First one has a hole in the front, nothing in the back, and it expanded perfectly. So the average velocity of this load was 1301. The expansion was roughly 0.63, in some areas a little more. With the copper, it expanded roughly, I want to say 1 inch, but that's not really fair. 6.7 grains of power pistol listed in the Hornady book is at the highest velocity and highest pressure. So I have downloaded it to 6.2 grains to be easier on my gun. We'll see if it'll expand with milk jugs. I'm assuming the chronograph will read around 1200 to 1230 feet per second. Let's take a look. It was 1198. So it expanded pretty well. It penetrated into 3 milk jugs. Okay, with the 6.2 grains of power pistol at roughly 1200 feet per second, the copper plate broke off from the lead, which is very normal for nukes. The lead expanded to 0.63. What's this guy? 0.642. So maybe a little more expansion at this lower velocity. With the copper, around 7.5. To conclude this video, these silicone tips do help expand through clothing. They, however, need the correct velocity. I measured 0.63 inches of expansion at 1300 feet per second, and the same at 1200 feet per second. I wouldn't go any lower. At around 1100 feet per second, they didn't expand at all. I did have trouble shooting these bullets accurately, whether that is from me or the silicone tips. I'm leaning towards me. When I shot my stock nukes in my previous video, I got a really good group. However, when I shot them that day when I was out at the range, I did not. I got roughly the same group as I did with these silicone tipped bullets. When I shot my Blazer brass, I was able to get a good group, but I was off camera. So I'm thinking I might just be a little camera shy. I would trust these bullets to be accurate, at least in self-defense ranges. I sent off an email to Rocky Mountain Reloading about these silicone tipped nukes, and they replied that it's not really worth it for them. They want to just make a good, cheap bullet that'll expand decently well. But again, they didn't expand through clothing. The guy I emailed mentioned that one of his customers shot a deer with his nukes out of a pistol caliber carbine, and they expanded decently well. He also mentioned that he carried these rounds for self-defense. I have done the same using my stock nukes, and I will continue to do the same because fuck putting all these silicone tips in. It's too much work. Even if it is effective, fuck it.